Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Spotlight on a Box. My name is John Miller. I'm the host, and today's spotlight is going to be on this box right here marked G.A.R. For those who don't know what the initials G.A.R. represents, it represents the Grand Army of the Republic. More or less, it's a club for Union veterans who survived the war, just as much as we have like the American Legion or the AMVETS today. This was a place where veterans can come together and talk about their experiences during battles, marches, about what their regiment went through, as well as to remember their fallen comrades on the battlefield. So, opening up this box here, going through folder number one, I see a music card, and it looks like they're all the same. So we have the Grand Army of the Republic. So these would have been songs that they would have sang. The backside here is marked Charity as well as America, songs 2 and 3. Here we have post records. Looks like Paul J. Zim, Earl Street, Shippensburg. And this is his reinstatement, so you can almost say like maybe this is perhaps a membership card for the Grand Army of the Republic here in Shippensburg. And it's dated 1927 up in the corner, but down here it was officiated in 1928. So we have quite a few of them here. William Fackler, 443 South High Street, Westchester, Pennsylvania. So perhaps maybe he moved on. Moorhead at 206 East King Street. Here we have a roll of members for, says post number 423, Department of Pennsylvania, Grand Army of the Republic. And on the inside here, we have the ledger or the roll call of surviving members who made up the Grand Army of the Republic here in Shippensburg. (1917) is when this one here was post dated. So if your member served in the Civil War, maybe his name is in that ledger. So moving forward, I see some paperwork here that's left blank, but this is the annual report for the post-patriotic instructor. Here we have honorable discharges papers for, these are blank, but you can see where the commander has already signed off on them, at least on this one here. And then here we have one of the papers that's actually filled out by looks like Corporal McLean, post number 423, 1907. Comrade, I have the honor to present the following financial report of the post for the 6 months ending on December 31st, 1907, for a total of $32.15. And then it goes to list out all the disbursements as well as relief fund and value of post property. And by the time you add everything in together, it came out to $115.75. Signed by J.K.L. Mackey, who was the post quartermaster. I'll let you look at that real quick. And these here look like the rest of the financial reports for the organization. Go ahead and carefully put some of that back. And then here's just something for the Daughters of Veterans, which is a national alliance, dated 1909. That might be kind of like the Daughters of the Revolution, perhaps, maybe. Here is a booklet for the headquarters of the Pennsylvania Grand Army of the Republic, as well as the official roster. So this is kind of neat. So like for an example on this page here, just picking out a random name from 1909. So it goes by post, name of post, location, comrades, meeting, and commander, and the year. So post 220, or excuse me, post 266, the post name is Lieutenant F.M. Brown, Rochester Mills, Indiana County, 17 members. Meeting is set for the last Friday. The commander is John Dottie, RFDI, and of course, 1909. So that's really cool. And here we just have some literature from 1920. It looks like the same brochures there. So we'll go ahead and put these back. We'll pull out a couple of folders at a time. So basically we just have some types of sheets for return the sheet as soon as possible as officers are elected. And here's the instructions on how to do the elections. Here we have some stubs here. Office of the AQM General Department of Pennsylvania, G.A.R. This is dated for July 14th, 1911. Received from the commander of post. And I guess maybe these are the membership dues for on the national level. So that might be something to research further on. Here we have some letters for, actually they're blank envelopes. You really got to hand it to these organizations because they did such a great job of preserving history, whether it would be through books or through things that we see on the actual battlefield. Here we just have more of the post records, which we kind of saw at the beginning. Looks like a G.A.R. Grand Army badge was in here, and of course on the front of it, it says Grand Army Badge of Captured Cannon Medal, patented May 4th, 1886 and June 22nd, 1886. The badge is not to be discolored by any artificial means or change in any manner. After a few weeks, wear it, it will assume the proper bronze shade. The ribbon on official badges, as well as for the past officers, must conform to that as prescribed on page 35, R&R, George Eddy, Adjutant General. And of course we have the official bylaws for the Corporal McLean Post, located here in Shippensburg. And they were adopted on January 20th, 1910. Just a quick look on the inside. Then we have some cards here for the Junior Vice Commander. Take a look at that. And basically they're all the same. So you have the Junior Vice Commander, Commander, then we have the Senior Vice Commander. The Chaplain. These seem like the kind of things that I would have started out with when I was a member of the FFA in high school when I took office, where every meeting you had that one thing that you always recite. Here we have the undersigned agreed to subscribe to amount opposite of our names for the purpose of defraying the expense of Memorial Day incurred by the G.A.R. in the American Legion. Paid 50 cents, paid 25 cents. So I'm not 100% sure what this is. It's a ledger of some sort of people who have paid. And here we have a lot of documentation here. Pretty much set in 1910, 1921. Oh, this is really cool. This must be going toward the period of time where a lot of the veterans were pretty much starting to pass away due to illnesses or their age, and that's when the organization Grand Army of the Republic pretty much starts changing into, I guess, what would become the Sons of Union Veterans. Here we have some paperwork here. See, it's got a certifiable stamp here, and that is dated, looks like 1867, but up here that's actually dated 1908. So just a really cool letterhead for that organization. And I'm going to set the box down because we're kind of getting toward the bottom here and I don't want that to flip over. So we have an envelope from the main headquarters to the Shippensburg post here, as well as I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely a ledger of some sort. And then we have just miscellaneous letters and stuff as written out by the organization here. So post 423. And then this one here has got a lot of stuff in it. So we have some old letters, perhaps maybe a reorganization here. So just a lot of really cool things. May 15th, 1919. Yeah, just a lot of really cool letters and stuff here. Might want to go ahead and take a look at how we're storing at least that folder there, because it looks like some of the contents are a little brittle. And then here we have a piece of cloth made into some type of a document bag, and it's painted, so painted cloth. And of course, the paint would be more along the lines of a water barrier. And then last but not least, we have a couple of books. Burial of the Dead, dedication services, Memorial Day. So this here basically is a book on how to perform services by post 423. Here we have the ritual book. Here's like the plans of the post room here. So a lot of this stuff you really don't get a chance to see every day. Here's another ritual book, as well as another services book. And then here is what's left of another ritual book, such as mustering in services. Tells you exactly where the officers are supposed to be as they come in. And you can see the layout of the building on this one here. So just really interesting stuff that you normally don't get a chance to see. I know that reenactors have pretty much took the G.A.R. as well as the Confederate veteran organizations and have really brought light to them and brought a new life into the reenacting community. I know there's a couple guys in this area that do that, and they do it well. So I just want to give a shout out to those individuals for keeping a piece of history alive that you normally would not see. So until next time, I'm glad you're with us, and we'll see you later.